What's up, folks? David Soto Jr. here, and this is the David Soto Jr. podcast. What's up, folks? Welcome to episode 49 of the David Soto Jr. podcast. I am your host, David Soto Jr. Maybe I should have cleared my throat before I started my broadcast. Ooh, let's see. I took last week off. I have some notes here, and this episode, I'm just going to go with the flow here. In this episode, we're going to talk about this messed up world. And what I mean by that is what's messed up isn't what you would think it is, or isn't what people say it is. I mean, the reason I'm bringing this whole thing up is a contractor was at my job site and was doing the work and felt the need to tell me that this is a messed up world we live in. So a little background information. I work at a very diverse, very open-minded, very culturally safe, I don't even know how to describe it, very millennial environment. And it's one that I feel safe at. Like, I spent my entire career feeling a little out of place, being in the military for 23 years, trying to adjust, trying to fit into my environment, and it was not, I never really did fit in. Never really did, especially when I started working here with the Missouri Air National Guard. Active duty was a little different, a little bit more diverse. You have people from all over the United States, but when the Missouri National Guard was a little different, and over half my career was with the Missouri National Guard. So to come to this company and see signs on the bathroom that says use whatever bathroom you feel fits, I decided right away that I wanted to work here, and that I wouldn't be criticized or judged for being a little different. In fact, that me being a little different makes me fit in to this with this company. So I'm happy with who I work for, and I'm happy with the responsibilities they give me. I'm happy with I was gonna say the pay. I'm happy with the pay. I could use a little bit of extra cash, though. You know what I'm saying? All that being said, one of the things that a project that started before I got there that I had actually taken over is what we're calling the gender neutral bathroom. Now, this isn't a big deal. Maybe it is a big deal. I don't know. I don't see it as a big deal because, to me, gender neutral bathrooms already exist. I don't care what the sign says. If there's only one toilet, one stall, and the door locks, that's a gender neutral bathroom. Because I'm going to tell you from my experience, being on the road for 2.5 years, living in a van that doesn't have a bathroom, gender neutral bathrooms exist. And if you go to Starbucks and you got to use the shitter, and I was basically homeless. That's what it sounds like. And somebody's in the men's and there's nobody in the women's, and you can lock the door, I'm going in there. I've gone in there many times. It's not like I'm creeping into a bathroom that has multiple stalls and there's women in there. It is one bathroom, one toilet, one sink, a lockable door, and a piece of plastic on the outside. Ain't gonna tell me shit. I'm gonna use it, right? I gotta go. So it's not like this is that big of a deal that to label a bathroom gender neutral Again, another example are these family bathrooms where you can go in there with your family, and the father, the son, and then children, and go in there, lock the door, and have your privacy as an entire family. Those exist. Those do not have assigned genders. That's not a big deal. That's not like that is accepted. But if you put a piece of plastic on it that says restroom and show, a male figure and a female figure, and or a figure that is in half a dress and a figure that is in half pants, which women wear pants. Hello, so I don't know. But I don't understand signage completely, so whatever. It may be for disabled people, the signage, the figures, not for people who could read. And so that's why our signs just say restroom on it. Or this sign. So yes, we are putting in a gender neutral bathroom, aka a bathroom. All right, toilet, sink, and based on my input, a baby changing station. Our entire work building which consists of 2 buildings, does not have a baby changing station. We have a mother's room, which is essentially for nursing, but we do not have a baby changing station. And since all of a sudden I'm a dad and I'm changing diapers, I'm like, hey, we need a baby changing station in here. So it is going to be toilet, sink, baby changing station. We'll put some probably wipes in there, baby wipes and stuff. But it's essentially just a bathroom that as long as you lock the door, anybody can go in there. It doesn't matter your gender. It's very symbolic that we're putting this in here, and people will appreciate it. But it's also a place for if anybody feels like they're going to essentially get shit for going into a bathroom, they can go into this one, right? If you're going to get judged or people are going to say something to you, which very likely won't happen in this building, in this environment, but if you do not feel safe going into a bathroom, if you are a trans woman or trans man, you can go. Was it just trans? I'm learning, folks. This is new to me, and I'm open-minded, and I'm willing to accept all this. But I gotta say, I've been raised in a different environment, and that environment is being a tradesman, being a male, being in the military. So I want to learn what is right and what is not, what is proper, what is not, what is courteous and what is not. So I ask a lot of questions, and I don't know if people think that I'm being facetious or rolling my eye. I'm not rolling my. I know that people ask questions like, "Oh, is this politically correct?" I am genuinely asking. I want to do what makes people feel comfortable as best to my ability, and so I ask a lot of questions regarding this because with being retired military and things like this were never addressed, never brought up. I know people make fun of people for having a safe space or wanting a safe space, but if you already feel safe, like if you're making fun of safe spaces, then you are probably in the majority. Straight white male, probably straight white male. So that's the point of the, and I'm learning, I'm just figuring this out. That's the point of us having a gender neutral bathroom is, and I just, like I said this just probably 60 seconds ago, but now I'm realizing that's why we have it. Because if it's a safe place for somebody who doesn't want to get harassed, doesn't want to get judged, doesn't feel 100% safe in going into a regularly gender assigned bathrooms, that they can go here and not have to worry about it. That's kind of cool. Now that I think about it, now that I've figured that out, that's kind of cool. So we took a shower room and converted it into a gender neutral bathroom. And it's almost ready. I got a lot of work to do. I had to do a lot of work. Luckily, my new hire started, and she was a big help. And we're just a couple steps away from opening this bathroom. So, since we took one shower and made it into a bathroom, we had to take the other shower, the men's shower, we made it into a bathroom. We had to take the women's shower and make that available to everyone. And that meant we had to move the door from the entrance to the shower from the ladies' room into the hallway. We did that. Boom. And we had to tear up the flooring and put in new flooring. So we had a general contractor, we had an electrician, we had a plumber, and we had a flooring guy. And we ended up, I don't want to call anybody out. So one of the contractors was working, and my job as the facilities manager or whatever my title is to check up on these guys, make sure they're doing a good job, quality control type stuff. And I went up and said, how are things going? They were doing good, making progress. Everything's looking good. We're gonna end up on schedule, it looked like. And this guy's like, yeah, well, it's going all right. We'll be done here in a minute. It's a messed up world we live in when we gotta do stuff like this. And I'm like, stuff like what? He says, transgender bathrooms and showers. And I didn't 100% know what to say. I didn't 100% know how to respond to that. And I was like, well, this isn't really transgender, designated transgender. It is a gender neutral. It is unisex. It means anybody of any gender can go in. He said, well, him and hawed about something, and I said, they kind of already exist, and this is where I gave the example of family bathrooms. And I said, if I have a daughter and I don't know, and she has to go to the bathroom and I don't know which bathroom to take her into, I could take her into this one. And he really didn't say anything, and I don't know if I made a point to him. But I really thought, what makes this person think that I am, well, I can tell you why, but what makes this person think that I am going to also think that this world is messed up because we're remodeling, and nobody is forcing us to make a gender neutral bathroom. There's no requirements, there's no governmental regulations. It was our decision as a company, as a facility, to create this safe space. And so it's not a messed up world. It was our decision. We didn't have to do this. And so for this guy to think that, well, I don't even know what he thinks, but to think that he can come to me and I would be in agreement with him, yeah, this place is messed up because we got to make transgender bathrooms. What made him think that I was going to be on his side, that I was going to agree with him? And I think part of it has to do with I'm a male. B, I'm a tradesman. And it's kind of weird, kind of a weird conclusion to draw. But you have it's the same thing, kind of, I think, like in the military. Like, you feel like everybody there is thinks the way you do. And so I think when you see somebody with tools on their belt, and you carry tools on your belt, and you see somebody else with tools on your belt, you think, oh, we think the same. And that way is bigoted and racist and whatever. And that's simply not the case. That one comment that this guy made will ensure that we never use this contractor ever again. And it's because he is creating that unsafe environment that we want, that we don't want, right? We want the opposite in our workplace. And that's why people come to us. I'm realizing. And that's why I went to this. Like, I went to work for this company because of that. And people come and work here, right? They rent space from us more or less, but they do it for a reason, right? They want to work in our building with our people, with the other people who work there and rent that space from us for a reason. And this guy is creating the opposite in his little environment. If those bathrooms were open and he was working there and people could walk by, they would be walking through an quote unquote unsafe zone. The opposite of what we're trying to create at our facility, at our building, at our company. So I will ensure that we never work with that company again. And to be honest, we were already not going to work with this company. But this kind of sealed the deal. Because one of the things is, as the facilities manager, I am the liaison to contractors, and if you do a shitty job, if you don't show up, there's somebody asked me the other day, how's my relationship with contractors? And my relationship is good, because if it's not good, then I'm not working with them. They can go work somewhere else. That is what part of what I have to deal with on a daily basis. I have to take people's feelings in consideration. And though I am perceived as being short and harsh and to the point, I'm always taking people's feelings in consideration. I may or may not. I don't try to cater to everyone, right? Because I can't. But I'm going to take them in consideration, and we're going to try and create the best experience and environment that I can for people. Just want to be fair. Like, I can't cater to everyone, but I can be fair to everyone, and I can try to make people feel as safe as possible. I'm learning a lot, folks. I'm learning a lot. If you look watching me on YouTube, I look like an old man. I'm wearing glasses. I have a white beard. This is ridiculous. I tried these glasses on at the eye doctor, and then I put them on, and I went to look in the mirror, and I almost scared myself because all of a sudden there was a picture of my dad. Yesterday I called my sister on FaceTime so she can talk to the baby, and she's like, "Are you wearing glasses? Oh my God, you look like our father." I'm like, I know I do. Compassion to all living beings. The Dalai Lama said that that's his only job, his only responsibility in the world, to show compassion to all living beings. That doesn't mean you can't tell them no. It doesn't mean you can't, to me, right? It doesn't mean you can't say no. It doesn't mean you can't kill that animal and eat it. You can do it with compassion. You can do it with the most effort to make it as painless and quickly as possible. That's another topic of discussion, I guess. But you can show compassion towards all living beings and still not agree with them and still tell them no and still say that they are wrong, still not give them their way. It's different, right? One is enabling, one is coddling, the other is just being a human and showing compassion and not being a dick. Don't be a dick. Basically, that's the whole thing. The whole thing. Don't be a dick. Folks, that is it for today. My name is David Soto Jr. I am on Twitter and I am on Instagram at David E. Soto Jr. Yep. Twitter and Instagram at David E. Soto Jr. I want to let you know that I have my just before bed journal coming up. I am in the middle of proofreading it. I used it for 1 month, and the usability, is that even a word? Is it the functionality? It works. It's function. It does what I want it to do. All the little writings and everything, all my words, I need to proofread and update. So this is Mama's sheet. But if you see, right, on one page is the journal entry, the right side of the book, because the left side sucks for writing. All right. So on the right side of the book, you see the spaces for entering, and on the left will be a little bit of motivational speech writing by me. This is what I'm proofreading. Now I know that since I use this for a month, now I know it functions, it works as intended. But now I need to proofread all the writing, and I will get some more proofs in and have some people go through it and do some reading. But this is going to be ready. It's awesome to have it. I personally am going to have several of these for myself, which is why this exists, why I created it, was for me. I'll explain more probably in the next episode. But my just before bed journal is coming. It's not ready. These are author proofs. It's not for sale, but it will be soon. With any luck, maybe by the new year, like New Year's resolution time, it could be ready. So keep an eye open for that. Anything else? I think that's it. Folks, I appreciate you tuning in, and I'll see you later.